This is reposted.
Today, we're going to start off with a disclaimer so we can just get into it. I'm going to start by saying no matter who you are on the planet, somebody has it better than you and somebody has it worse than you. You live in San Francisco, I live in Los Angeles. Both are cities of excess. We're surrounded by people that have more than we do. All that to say is this quote is largely credited to Teddy Roosevelt, but I don't think he was the first one that said it. Comparison is the thief of joy. I think there's a lot of different ways to attack this. But I think it's true. Like, if you get caught up in comparing yourself with other people, you can't enjoy what you're doing in the moment.
I often have this thought that I have it, me, Larry Olson, has it better than every single person that lived in the Middle Ages. That includes Charlemagne, Leif Erikson, Joan of Arc, Marco Polo. All those people were successful, had lots of money, power, whatever, but I live better than all of them. And they, just because the medieval times, they didn't have toilets, they didn't have running water. I have it better than them.
Okay. Does that give you joy to be like, hey, suck it, suckers? A few hundred years ago,
No.
I'm so
Suck it, medieval suckers.
right. You're the king of the castle. You have it better than everyone. I mean, okay. So what about present day? You're surrounded. Every square foot around you is worth billions of dollars. Like, what? How do you get through that? Or do you
Well,
just
so
say,
I mean,
suck it,
truly,
medieval suckers?
truly, you comparing yourself to anybody sends you down a bad path.
Right.
But we don't live in a vacuum. Of course, we compare ourselves to each other. I think it's like the frame of how you do it is the key.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to I don't know if it's a bingo square yet, but know who you are and know what's important to you. I don't know if that's exactly how we say it, but like, if you're the type of person that can look at someone else or some other situation and say, that motivates me, I want that, that can be a healthy way to compare yourself. But if you say, look at that, I'll use me specifically for an example. I'll be in an acting class with someone, and someone will come in and be like, "Oh, I just booked a series regular on an HBO show." And I'm like, "Well, you're not that good," and that doesn't make me feel good for them. It doesn't make me feel good for me. So you have to be able to walk that thin line of giving yourself motivation by seeing what else is out there and doing a direct comparison.
For our pre-production for our discussion today, you included an article from the great Scott Wilhite, and I knew it was going to be a great reposted podcast because anytime we use Scott Wilhite, it's going to be a great reposted podcast. But he talks about when you count other people's blessings instead of our own, we're bound to make accounting errors. Like, so when we're jealous of somebody else instead of being happy for them, that's the wrong kind of comparison.
Mm-hmm. And I think he does this exercise where you can use your perspective to turn it around on making it a positive about what you do have. I think if you compare yourself and be like, oh, this person,
And it takes nothing but time to sit and be thankful. Like, you don't have to do anything. I like his point. Is like, to be a grateful person, you don't have to do anything. You just have to sit there.
yeah, and it's free, but it just takes setting up your routine to do that. It's why it's important to you sit out every morning and look at the trees that come out of nowhere. You find new trees in front of your house and you're thankful for them. I think that's an important practice to have. I don't know, all that to say, it's like with social media, with being in lockdown, it's easy to get into my life sucks, but you can just take a step back and say, suck it, medieval suckers.
I would just say this about social media. You're right. I think social media is the worst for comparison, right? Because you go to Instagram, you see someone like on a family vacation in Fiji, and you're like, damn them. They
Right.
suck. I suck. But I will say this, though. My disclaimer on my Instagram page is notice I am not posting pictures of me yelling at my kids. I'm only posting the good things.
Right.
50% of the time I'm yelling at my kids, you're only getting pictures because you probably don't want to see me yelling at my kids.
I have a challenge to anyone that looks at happiness on social media and thinks that you don't have it good. Try to do a post where everything looks perfect and see how much work goes into that. It's exhausting. It's not as fun as you think. We kind of talked about earlier, like, put your phone down. This is months ago, but put your phone down. If you have the urge to take your phone out, you're not having that good of a time. And so the people that are showing you how good of a time they're having, they probably aren't. I mean, not to say that they're unhappy, but it's a lot more work than you think. And so if all you do is consume it, you don't understand the negative that goes into showing everyone how positive your life is.
I don't mean to get super religious, but I think the closest you can get to God is being exactly present in the moment that you're in. And if you're exactly in the moment that you're in, you're not pulling out your phone to get a picture of it.
Yeah, and comparing yourself to the social
By
media.
the way, I do that all the time. So I'm not I'm not saying I'm better than anybody.
Yeah, you're not in the moment. Well,
I picture it all the time. By the
I
way, I was
guess
at Pebble Beach this week and I took a picture of it. I didn't include you.
I know it hurt my feelings. So, I mean, just to bring it back, is like comparing yourself to other people can be healthy if you have it in context. But for the most part, be grateful for what you have because the medieval people can suck it.
Charlemagne, you suck.
Well, if you're a famous Viking, please reach out. If you can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for the Upside Down Sign saying thanks for stopping by.